It's triple Mobula, one Galleon.
Huh.
Yeah.
This certainly plays into my theories that the Mobula is the best ship in the game, and maybe instead of nerfing the Pyramidion for the 18th time, you know, maybe the Mobula could use a visit from the old Nerf hammer.
I still think it's funny that for a long time the Mobula was entirely disregarded, and after a while, teams started slowly adopting it. And I don't think they buffed or nerfed it at all.
Well, so I think there are two dynamics that go into that. One, when the Mobula was introduced before I guess the last major the Gap Mortar nerf that
Hmm.
famously killed Wolfpack, as
Yeah.
some would see it. And also the fact that the Mobula is one of the more difficult ships to crew, just because it requires so many people gunning at the same time and the way the ship's designed. So as teams had more experience with it, it just got better at it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and check out the ships right now. First up, for the Centurions, we have the RAS Turn, a very familiar ship being piloted by Blue. Port side, double Lumberjack with a Hades as well, so lots of arcing mortars. Starboard side, Watcha and Minotaur for some serious defense, and a flare on the back. They're also running the RAS Prosciutto, and Mobula being piloted by Assault Pig. Up on top, we got a Mercury with Artemises on the lower deck, Carronade and Flamer on the wings.
And on blue team, we have a Sandwich piloted by Finks and taking a
Not
ton
much
of damage.
Basically the same builds. We got Artemis's Carronade and Flamer. Sorry, got to do this quick. Then we have Ischak's Emporium. Go ahead.
Ishak's Emporium actually piloted by Lydia. Same build, although Flamer and Artemis are switched, so a little bit different arcs.
Oh God, already. Sandwich down, Turn gonna eat it as well, but the Ischak's Emporium is not gonna be able to finish up the kill.
Yeah,
Armor's up.
Turn's kind of at the mercy of their ally saving them as how older engines, most of their guns are down.
Look
Yeah.
at those shots. They got easy shots of the Ischaks. Watcha goes out, disables it completely, and the Prosciutto picks up the kill. First two kills going the way of Centurions, but not without losing a lot of hull on the turn.
Yeah, just one shot away from taking out that galleon. A very, very ballsy, just kind of charge across dunes in double Mobula. Unfortunately, not paying off for the Catskyders.
Not even close. The Turin is so low. The one saving grace of this Galleon is that its armor value is so high, so it may be able to foster that last little shred.
Yeah,
But
we'll
other than
definitely have to be careful. Particularly, in these sniping matches, like you can stay far away. Your armor's still going to go down, and when your armor's down, you know, it's only going to take one Artemis shot to finish you off. So you have to be very careful. Well, there's some situations where the pilot might want to actually suicide the ship to get their full health value back. I'm not sure if this is the situation for that. But if blue team does decide to focus the galleon down, Prosciutto may be kind of left stranded for a little bit. So red team definitely has to be careful about their positioning. The galleons actually looks like they're going to move to the ribs, kind of aiming to duck behind some cover that perhaps, like when their armor gets low, they can just kind of duck down or reverse or whatever, and safely rebuild it.
They could, but it's going to be difficult because the Galleon is such a slow ship, vertically and horizontally.
And also those lumberjacks, it can be real difficult to land those, especially at long range. If your ship has any sort of momentum, it just throws off your shots so much.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that I'm thinking actually is usually you think, longer range a little bit safer, but in this case, against the Mercury double Artemis on both of these Mobulas, being far away only makes it more vulnerable. Because that means that the Mercury and Artemis are going to have perpetual arcs.
Yeah, this is also this Mobula, I was kind of talking about a couple minutes ago, how the Mobula might be the best ship in the game. I'm not sure. I think it is. But it's also, the Mobula is one of the reasons the Galleon is just not as good anymore, because it's so vulnerable to disabling fire. Those heavy weapons, once they're taken down, they take a very long time to rebuild. And also, it's a very large target, so at long ranges, it's much easier to hit than the Mobula is.
And we're saying this, but right now the Centurions are 2-0.
Yeah,
Even though the Galleon is very low.
I think a lot of that has to do with kind of their full map charge from the Catskyders.
Yeah.
Like, if they stay at range and play it safe, they should have a pretty strong advantage when it comes to the sniping game.
Yeah, especially because of that Hades on the Turin. I feel like usually if you're looking at Battle on the Dunes, Mercury is going to dominate over Hades. Hades is better for maps where you have really high vertical arcs, maybe slightly closer. It's even workable on Duel at Dawn. But in this case, the Turin is losing all of their armor shred.
Yeah, definitely. The Merc just has a huge advantage in accuracy at these ranges.
Ooh, is Jack's Emporium eating a lot of damage. The flare came out and it completely reveals them. That was really smart of the Catskyders, but the Centurions were also very suspicious of this cloud moving in. Jax does not lose any permahull, almost loses armor, but
yeah,
they should be able to carry on here.
I like this cute little hidey hole the prosciutto has. He's just sort of sniping through the gap in these two pipes. That's kind of funny, although he'll have to reposition pretty quickly here.
Flare burns out, and it looks like these two Mobulas are able to... No, they didn't go for the cover. They just continue using the clouds. No second flare. There it is. That is going to light them up like a Christmas tree. Hades immediately starts coming out on the sandwich.
Yeah,
Lumberjack's going wide, though.
I wonder why the Catskyders are deciding to play this so aggressively. Because especially when you're pursuing, the Mobula is a very slow-turning ship. So when you're trying to get... It takes a while to get into position once you even get to the right distance. And during that time, they're just going to be taking fire. Like, it's not really a pursuer ship so much.
Yeah, not really. Jack's Emporium and a sandwich have really pinned the Centurions down in the ribs. However, the Centurions love the ribs. I don't know what it is. They just absolutely love it. They're willing to give up any position for the ribs. I think it's just because they think it's the best position in the game.
Yeah, prosciutto with a little bit of a perilous position here. Blue could actually... I think they might be trying to go for a ram on the red Mobula. And this could add...
Oh, that's so dangerous. Ooh. Hades doing a lot of work along with the Lumberjacks, and the prosciutto taking damage as well, but it's going to be able to dodge around. Now the prosciutto is up high facing a sandwich, but the Jack's Emporium is in a fair bit of trouble, but the Turin was forced out of the ribs. Very scared of losing their permahull to flamethrower, because the flamethrower will finish them off, and so they're forced out. Jack's Emporium not actually in that bad of a position. A sandwich getting the better of the prosciutto, though, and is dropping them down to the floor. Artemis's should be able to finish this off with one more armor break.
Yeah, there was a moment there where you were...
Nudge.
Yeah, there's that ram. There's a moment there where those downward arcs, you know, typically this is an extreme long-range map, but with the kind of aggressive forward positioning from the Catskyders, actually the arcs of the Hades and Lumberjack were coming in there, and actually coming in a little bit here, but just turn got pushed back too far, so there's too many obstacles in the way. But if the Catskyders continue to kind of push towards them, they might be able to use that Hades to their advantage with some good vertical positioning.
Yeah, that's what we were seeing last time. Turin, if the armor drops once, prosciutto spawns in just south of this fight, and the Turin says, oh boy, I gotta get out of here before this turns into a meat grind. Lumberjack, yeah, but way too close.
It's a Galleon. I mean, they're gonna lose engines in a moment here. I think prosciutto's gonna have to have some key long-range volleys here and kill one of these blue Mobulas.
No dice. No dice. And the prosciutto going to continue its long-range assault on the Jack's Emporium, which is very damaged right now.
Yeah, they might be able to make this an even trade. But now the sandwich is also going to be lining... Ooh. Emporium with some nice kind of downward dodge movement.
Artemis is still coming in. They want to focus the Jacks, but this might be a meat grind if the prosciutto drops.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the galleon decides to spawn. Oh, right next to him.
Yep, if the prosciutto loses armor and loses too much permahull, this is definitely going to be a meat grind situation. Everyone on the galleon is going to be struggling to get to the guns as quick as they can, loading Lesmok. And here we go. Shots are going to come out, but Lumberjack usually takes a little while to calibrate for distance. And the prosciutto's already taken permahull. Sandwich, however, losing armor. Looks like those Lumberjack gunners are doing a pretty good job.
Prosciutto's dodging downward, which means the Lumberjack taking out the Sandwich's balloons actually just going to bring them back into arc. Although they are managing to stay alive. Oh, because
Sandwich losing armor. Prosciutto should be able to finish this one off. It is Jack's Emporium is moving in. I don't get why the Catskyders are moving in so close. Why are they doing this?
Well, at this point, I think they kind of have to, because they're sort of at, like, the Mobula, in the way that it's not kind of a pursuing ship, it's also not much of a retreating ship. Like, once you've gotten this close, like, it's going to be very difficult to get away, so I guess they're just trying to just close the distance a little more so they can maybe bring Caro Flamer into effect. I'm not sure.
Maybe, but at extreme ranges. I mean, it's 2 Mobulas versus 1.
Def true.
I don't understand. I'm not quite sure why the Catskyders thought that closing the distance was a great idea. Approaching the broadside of a galleon with any ship is generally a questionable decision unless you're running like a Pyramidion or something.
I don't know. I mean, theoretically, you'd think the Artemis would take out the galleon's broadside as you're approaching them, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
They're not getting it, though.
So is there no, in today's tournament, there's no Riders proper team? It's this Catskyders with some Riders members?
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder
That's all they got.
I wonder who's gonna, not to, discount the Catskyders because of this one game, but, for a while, this tournament series is kind of dominated by the Riders main team. So it'll be interesting to see who rises to the challenge this week and takes it.
Is Jack? Yeah, I'm interested to see. So 404 right now is still down. They're down in the losers bracket. The loser of T and Mad Hatters is going to go on to face them. Sandwich taking position in the ribs along with Jack's Emporium.
Valve should hire you as a voice actor. That was... Whoa, wait, I didn't know you were Russian? Wow.
My perfect pronunciation of Izchak should show that.
Oh boy, we better stop before we start an international incident.
Already... Sure, already. Look at these Artemis and Mercury raining in on the Turin. Turin's armor not looking great. They already malleted it. One more little bit should do it. But the Prosciutto's coming in with some pretty strong disables, splitting their fire between Izchak's and Sandwich, just trying to take out as many guns as possible, buying time for the Lumberjacks on the Turin to do work. And in fact, they are. Izchak losing balloon. They have drogue shoot, so they can do something. They can buy a little bit of time, but now it's low. Lumberjacks are going to be easy to land. Artemises have easy arc. And the Izchak is going to be in a lot of trouble. They lose armor. They're losing permahull. Prosciutto eating a lot of damage from the Sandwich, but the Turin should be able to pick up this kill between the Hades and Double Lumber.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage to Prosciutto, but I feel like with a little more coordination between these two ships, they should also be able to keep the Turin's guns locked down. They're just kind of ignoring it completely, and Emporium is unfortunately going to pay the price and give match point to the Centurions. Like, it doesn't take a lot of Artemis shots with burst load in to take out a full broadside of the galleon, and I'm just not sure why they were choosing to ignore it completely.